that fool. Hit him, 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 hit him. Smash him up, watch that move. Went too swift, can't catch these dudes. Can't hit him, 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 listen, 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 hit him, listen. This Eagles talk high, this talk Eagles. Philly bleed green, it's from your people. Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's peep the squad. Big Pat shelling, Dante the dark child. Drop the stats on him, drop the facts on him. Spur game, baby, let's get it on.
Hey, fam, it's your man Dante the Dark Knight. Welcome to Eagles Talk post game. Our Philadelphia Eagles are now 12-2, done in impressive fashion. What did I tell you? The passing game was there. The passing game, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? They were going to come out and pass. I told you that. I told you that. They were going to come out and pass, and it was needed. It was the way to go. I didn't feel like they were forcing it. I thought it was natural. I thought it was the way to attack the Pittsburgh Steelers early, especially early on in this game, was the passing attack. They do have a solid run defense, so it was kind of warranted. I kind of expected it because of the chatter, but I don't think it was out of place that they did go in that direction. They did go in that direction. But I got a little clip, man. I saw this on social media, and if this doesn't sum up how it feels after a Eagles win, I don't know what does. Let me just play this clip right here. Tell me if this doesn't feel like the Eagles after a game. A heavyweight fight after every game, man. Even if it's not as tough as it seems, it just feels like that when we come out with these wins like this. But this was impressive, man. The passing game. So what I tell you guys, when the passing game is needed, we can do that. You guys need to chill on. Oh, last week that was anomaly, man. When we need the passing game,
and Detroit lost.
And Detroit lost. Oh, my goodness. And Detroit lost. What a day.
I got to run out, so I just wanted to jump on it just to say one thing. I told y'all. I told you so. I told you so. Stop
There's
doubting.
No need of panicking,
Stop
man.
Doubting. In the first half, do you know what Jalen's passer rating was in the first half? 153.
Yes.
Stop playing with me. I'm sorry. Jared Goff threw 5 picks. Y'all better recognize the higher your passing yards, the more the risk. We were just talking about this on the couch. Brett Favre, everybody thinks he was so great. He used to always lead the league in interceptions.
Yes, he did.
You listen. It's like in NBA. You live by the 3, you die by the 3. You live by the pass, you want to die by the pass. You need balance in this league to win. Okay.
And we have it. And we have it.
Stop playing with my quarterback. Stop playing with my offense.
Yeah,
you don't want that smoke.
We can all say here on Eagles Talk, you're going to hear the real. We told y'all. We told you it's nothing to be panicking about with the passing game. When the passing game is needed, we have the talent and the ability to come up. And you saw that today.
We told
you. Saw that today.
We told you.
So we can win in any manner, any fashion. I'm telling you, we can. And this was a great game, man. I mean, the Pittsburgh Steelers to 13 points. 13, that's it. And we turned the ball over 2 times early.
Yeah.
They gifted them.
We had to settle down. We was a little hype. We was a little hype in the beginning, not carrying the ball right. You know, we almost turned it over. You know, we got a little twisted ankles out there. I'm more worried about that, but you know.
No worries. No worries.
I mean, and we had a formidable opponent. So, you know, y'all can dissect what you want to dissect. But guess what? Guess who won?
Another win. And thank God, man. Hats off to this defense, man. This defense gives us the luxury to do the things that we do. It gives us the luxury to not have to panic about anything. We turn the ball over 2 times. We only give up 1 field goal.
Period.
We still in the game, man.
All right,
This
my ride
defense.
is here, but I
All
just
right.
had to jump on, so I didn't leave you hanging. Pat, please feel better. Everybody send Pat some well wishes. He's under the weather, but I'm gonna let Dante take it away. But I had to jump on and say I love y'all. I told y'all so. But don't worry. Listen, we got it. We're gonna be a little dinged up, but we good. We good. Don't
Thank
worry.
you, Queen. Queen of Eagles talk.
Love
Nichelle
y'all.
out. All right. Look, guys, I'm gonna go right to some comments, man, because I know everybody's feeling good. Kara's in the house. She said, "Yo, 12-2, then Buffalo lost. I mean, Buffalo. Um, well, Buffalo didn't lose; they won. But I know what you mean. Buffalo beat the Detroit Lions. Helps us out, although we're still in the second seed position because of their tiebreaker. They have the tiebreaker as far as conference wins. So we have 2 conference wins. They only have 1. So we really need another loss and to continue to win to secure the number 1 seed. If they happen to lose to who they play next, because I think they play another tough game. I can't remember who it is. Is it Minnesota? I think it's Minnesota. Yeah, so that's a division game, and Minnesota they could be 12-2 after tomorrow, also, if I'm not mistaken, or 11-3 or something. I forget what their record is, but we'll be rooting for them next week against Detroit. Also, if they can help us out there, that will be tremendous. All we have to do is serve on our court, and we face the Commanders next week. But today, it's all about beating the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we did a wonderful job at that today, holding them to only 13 points. I don't even think did they have 200 total yards. Let me see. I don't have an intern. I'm gonna have to pull it up real quick. Let me see if anybody out there has the stats on that. I'd be curious to know. The X Factor says great game from Jalen. Yes. Wilbur, Mr. Jones says a complete win. Yes, indeed, a complete win. And again, hats off to our defense, man. Just hats off. They just give us the luxury of being able to do what we want to do on offense and not have to sweat it. You know what I mean? Like, could you imagine last year's defense? We turned the ball over 2 times. We're out of the game. We turned the ball over 2 times in the first quarter last year, and that's a wrap. We're out of the game. But yet this year, what a defense we have. Number 1 defense in the league in yards allowed and points, if I'm not mistaken. So 13 points, only giving up 13 points. And that's the stat I always hang my hat on when it comes to the defense. I love when we shut them down and we don't allow them to move the ball much, which we didn't today. But more importantly, the biggest stat is to outscore the other opponent. So when your defense can lead the league in points allowed, that's tremendous. That's tremendous. And then we don't have an average offense. We have an above average offense. And we saw that today. It wasn't about the ground game today, it was about the air attack, the aerial attack. And the aerial attack was spectacular. We did just what we needed to do to take care of this opponent. And again, I don't care how it looks. And I know I talked about, I just knew they were going to come out and throw it. But my reasoning for why I thought they were going to throw it didn't coincide with why they threw it today. I was thinking, all this talk, watch they come out and try to appease AJ and prove that the passing attack is intact. Well, it didn't feel like that. They came out and passed it because that was the best path to win today, and it was needed, and it was appropriate that they did go through the air because the Steelers' defensive line was tough, and they were not giving up many yards on the ground. Although we still gained over 100 yards on the ground, but Saquon Barkley didn't get over 100 yards today, and that's okay. I'm sure if you ask him what would he rather have, a victory or more yardage towards that record, he would take the victory all day. So that's what we got today. Tony Barron says, we got a passing game. Who knew? Wow, right? Drew Johnson says, fly, Eagles, fly. Tony also adds that 10.5-minute drive. Thank you, Tony. That 10.5-minute drive to close out the game. That was a bully beatdown right there. Yes, it was. Let's talk about it. 10 minutes, we get the ball back. The Pittsburgh Steelers, decided to not go for it on 4th and 7. It seemed like in some other teams' cases that might have been a four down territory. They were trailing by 2 touchdowns, and it was 10 minutes to go. You would think that, maybe in another situation, another opponent, they might have gone for it on 4th down, but the Steelers chose to trust their defense to get them the ball back. Well, wasn't a good gamble. Not against this Eagles offense. We took the ball with 10 and a half minutes in the game, and we did not give it back. We did not give it back. That right there is bully ball. I told you guys after the Baltimore Ravens game that we are the bullies. We are the bullies. We're playing bully ball on both sides of the ball. And you saw it today. It was on display on both sides of the ball. Shut down the Pittsburgh offense, which I didn't think was hard to do anyway, but we did shut down the Pittsburgh offense. That defense bullied them. And then on the offensive side of the ball, kept the ball for 10 and a half minutes of the 4th quarter to seal the victory. 2 touchdowns. What a game. What a game. Leon says, fly, Eagles, fly. Kiara, yeah, I knew what you meant earlier. She said I meant 1. Palatero's in the house. All right. Did you see the way he was handling the ball off to Saquon? He was not comfortable with that. Well, he also has a issue going on with his left hand. So, and that was gutsy. That was a gutsy performance with the issue he had going on with his left hand. I could tell. I didn't hear anything about it until today's broadcast. My son let me know that, they did report that he had a hand issue, maybe even a broken finger. And I really noticed it on the high snap when they were down there at the goal line and almost fumbled this snap. And the way he tried to secure the ball by grabbing it with his right hand, and he kind of looked like he was not trying to grab it with his left hand. So, and it was, he had a glove on, he had the tape around the finger and all. So, yeah, it may have given that appearance of shaky handoffs, but he had an issue. He has an issue going on with the left hand and his finger. Brother Wood says, great win and play. His hand must really be bad. It's not healthy. Let's put it that way. But at this time of the season, you have to play through who is completely healthy. This is what football is all about. This long season and persevering through the nicks and bruises that you accumulate throughout the season. And he has one. Hopefully we can get that healed up before the playoff run. And it'd be a big help if we can get the number 1 seed in the NFC and he can get that 1 week off. That would be great. Or better yet, not have anything to play for that last week, and maybe he can get some rest then. But that was good. That was a gutsy performance by Jalen, even with the issue in his left hand, to amass, I think, about almost 300 yards, 290-something, 2 touchdowns, and some big throws. I know there was times at halftime a lot of people was talking about he's holding the ball too long and the such. Well, when the pass is not there immediately, that's what happens. When it's not there immediately, that's what happens. And I can't say I didn't see what he saw, so I don't know if there were receivers open where he could have let it fly earlier. But a testament to the offensive line to allow him to have that much time. Sometimes holding on to the ball tells you that the coverage is good, but it also tells you that the protection is good also, and allowing him that time to hold the ball. And he did some good things at times. That late pass in the 4th quarter to Devontae across the middle when he had that time and directed traffic and made that pass over the middle for a first down. That was a good thing that he had that time. And Devontae did the right thing by getting open. So it was a good win. It was a gutsy win. This team is playing at a high level. So we got past the Pittsburgh Steelers. We swept the AFC. What is that? The AFC North? AFC North was the conference that we played this year, and we swept them all. Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Cincinnati, and Cleveland. We went 4-0 against them. That's great. And that's a tough division. That's a physical division. Palatero, I hope his injuries are not bad, especially the Dickerson and Lane. Well, Lane came back, so that's good. But Dickerson did not return, and I'm kind of concerned about that because that left side of the line they really play bully ball too. I was just looking at the line. I'm talking about this with my son while we're watching the game, and our line is so huge and intimidating. They are bullies. Everybody's got to be like 6'5" and over. I think the only one is not that tall is the center, Jurgens, right? I don't know how tall Landon is, but he's a big bear. But Mailata, Becton, and Lane, all over 6'5". They're huge. They are huge. Brother Wood says defense. Yes, our defense was phenomenal. Our defense was phenomenal, and it affords us the ability to make mistakes. Now you try not to make mistakes, but when you have a defense that can cover for your mistakes, it makes it so much easier. You don't have to. Like I said again, if this was last year, could you just imagine? And you saw the kind of defense we were playing last year. If we give up 2 turnovers for the entirety of the game, we're in trouble. But 2 turnovers in the first quarter, back to back like that, we would be immediately down by 2 touchdowns. And we come out of that situation only giving up 3 points. That is a testament to Vic Fangio and the way he has this defense playing right now. And we've got to re-sign Bond. I talked about that while the game was on. We have got to re-sign Bond. We cannot afford to have another TJ Edwards type situation where we don't value a linebacker coming off a stellar year, because he's coming off a all pro year, not just Pro Bowl. Pro Bowl that's one thing to make the Pro Bowl, but Bond is going to be an all pro. First team, second team, he's going to be an all pro. And I know his value is going up, and I know that Howie's probably trying to work out something now, but Howie, try to get that done as soon as possible. We need that guy back. That guy is amazing. Everybody else we have locked up for a little while, at least a little protection. Dean, Smith, the Georgia boys, they're still in their rookie contract before we have to pay them. But Bond, he has to get paid. He needs to get paid. He's probably going to be looking to get paid. So sign that guy. Jack says, I'm seriously thinking about driving up to D.C. It's only 7 hours. My Eagles are worth it. Yes, they are worth it. Drew Johnson at It's Sour Time Philly. Got it. All right, who's that? It's that Sour Time. Pat's in the chat room. Pat, hope you get or feel better. He says, great win, great defense. This team can win running the ball or passing the ball. We just win. Yes, and that's a testament to the many ways that we can win. And it all starts with that defense keeping us in the game, allowing us to be able to do what we need to do on offense. And we figure it out. We figure it out. I kept saying that this passing attack will show up when needed. It has not been needed a lot because our running game has been so dominant. But on this day, when our running game was stifled, the passing attack did step up, and they did what I thought they would always do. They would perform up to the level they needed to secure the win, and they did that today. So I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. Palatero says Jalen Carter, wow, baby Rhino wasn't playing around. No, he slapped the hell out of that dude, didn't he? He was like, but you gotta, but chill. You can't, because that was we kept that drive alive. Thank God. And this is how arrogant our defense is. He got the penalty, kept the drive alive. Or was his penalty on the punt and we still kept the ball? I think his penalty might have been on the punt and we still kept the ball. I'm not sure. You guys remind me if I'm wrong about that. But before he knew that we were going to keep the ball, he was calling the defense to come on out here, like, yo, we're gonna stop him. Come on out here. My bad. But come on out here, we're gonna still stop him. That's how arrogant he was. Like, all right, my bad. I did get the penalty, 15 yards, but come on out, we'll still stop him. And that's how confident this defense is, and that's how they're playing. They're playing with that swag. They're playing like, I don't see, and this defense is so much different from last year, because last year we used terms to describe our defense last year, like soft and no heart, and it looked like they didn't want any contact. Sometimes it looked like our defense didn't want to make contact. Well, those days are far behind us, because this defense right here wants all the smoke. They want all the smoke. They want all the smoke. They are not afraid of contact. They're a very physical defense. I can name everyone on that defense save. He's my dude. Don't get me wrong. Big play Slay. I don't think he likes to mix it up as much. But everyone else on there has no problem sticking their nose in there and making contact. Not Guantanamo Bay. Even Guantanamo Bay will stick his nose in there and make the hit. DeJean definitely, he wants all that smoke. I think he lives for that. He's a sure tackler and a great coverage guy. CJ wants to smoke. Reed Blankenship loves it. The linebackers, Dean, Bond, everyone. Nolan Smith. Nolan Smith looked a little Hassan Reddick-like today. That same, we talked about that when we drafted him, like, right, same type of physical build as Hassan, but he was a young guy last year. He has grown into his position, and now he is wrecking havoc. This defense is just, it's amazing. I'm loving it. And if you are a true Eagles fan and been a fan for years, then you understand how much we've missed this type of physical defense and shut down defense. And it is a welcome to see it back in Philadelphia. And it is alone what gives me the utmost confidence about making a deep run into the playoffs and possibly bringing home that title. That's what I have. I have so much confidence in this defense. And like we talked about in the pregame, shootout. That shootout would require that the other team would be scoring at a pace that we would have to keep up with. A shootout implies that it's going to be high scoring. I don't see us being in a high scoring game, not with the defense we had. I don't think that we have to worry about what will we do in the shootout, because I don't think that we'll be in a shootout. I just don't see it. You guys have to let me know. The way this defense is playing, I just do not see it. All right, let me go to some comments here. The X Factor says this team imposed their will despite the turnovers, 10 straight wins for a franchise record. Thank you for that. The X Factor. You guys are scooping me, getting to the good stuff before I can get to it. But I'm glad. You guys are my co-hosts, and that's the reason why. Because you guys are bringing it up before I can bring it up. But that's another thing. Let's congratulate our Philadelphia Eagles for setting a new winning streak record for the franchise. Last week we tied it, 9-0. This week we broke it. New franchise winning streak record of 10 in a row. And let me remind you, each year that we have amassed 9 straight wins, it's only happened 3 times. Each time we won the championship. In 1949, had a 9-game winning streak, we won the NFL championship. In 1960, we won 9 in a row, we won an NFL championship. In 2017, we won 9 in a row, and we won the Super Bowl. So let's just hope that this stands true. And this year we go 9-0, and then we break that record, we go 10-0. So we have a good chance. We have a great chance. Robin says we played a good team and dominated. Yes, we did. Jack says the division is ours to lose, but I think not. Yeah, I don't think that we lose. Dion, what are you talking about? Look, man, AJ was right. Too talented not to get the ball. Full stop. Good problem to have. Yeah, good problem to have. The squeaky wheel gets the oil, and he got the ball a lot today, and for good reason. Good reason because the matchup was there for him, and they took advantage of it. So again, I kind of thought that we would be leaning to the pass, but admittedly I thought for the wrong reason. I thought that we would be trying to force the pass just to prove a point, but it was not the case. We went to the pass because that was the best path to victory today. The Steelers had a very solid run defense, and they were on their job. They were on their job today. James says, all I have to say is pick your poison. All of this talk about Hurts not throwing the ball. Now what? Yeah, now what? Now everybody can calm down. Now let's hear what the talk is tomorrow. Do they give Jalen the credit? You know, I know with Michelle, and she put it so poignantly today about how sports journalism should go and how it seems to be shock jock. We're in the shock jock era. But that's just where we are. I mean, I understand what she's saying, and I do respect that. And that was the journalism of yesteryear. Now we live in a time of social media and clickbait and all that. And I think the programs or the not analysts, and let's not forget, like a lot of people that are on the radio are not necessarily journalists. They're not like sports talk radio. They're not all journalists. Some of them are, some of them are radio personalities. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, they're expert radio personalities, but they are. So, I think the name of the game now is ratings and such. So you have those that will take a sound bite like what AJ gave last week and make a big thing out of it because it's good for ratings, I guess. But let's see if they give Jalen the credit that he's due tomorrow after this performance today, because this performance shows that he's not. And I'm not saying he's Josh Allen, but do I need Josh Allen? I need a winner, and not to call Josh not a winner. He's a phenomenal quarterback. He helped us out today, so I don't have any knock against Josh Allen, but if Josh Allen versus Jalen Hurts, I take Jalen right now. I'm telling you. I'm sorry. I know it might sound crazy, but Jalen has gotten us to a Super Bowl. He's done nothing but win. He's a winner. He's a winner. Deep playoff runs, he's a winner. So I take that. And and I see a path to another Super Bowl appearance. And that's from Jalen Hurts. Not from Burrow, not from Josh Allen, not from Lamar Jackson, and these guys are all supposedly better than Jalen, but they haven't gone where Jalen has gone. They haven't taken their team with their superior, quote unquote, air quotes, superior talent, has not taken their team to the heights Jalen has taken his team. So kudos to Jalen today and the passing attack and the coaching staff for having this team ready to come out and put all of the outside noise aside. A lot of chatter this week. They put it all to the side, and they came and they handled their business just like the professionals that they are. So hats off to Sirianni for leading an awesome attack today and an awesome squad. Jack says everything on Broad and Patterson Avenue is a bully. Trust me, it's always been that way. You're right. You're right. And you're not lying. If you go down that area, it may be a little different now. But I remember back in the day, that area was not ever soft down South Philly. All right, JT says, come on, meet you in D.C. All right. The X Factor penalty was on the punt. Yeah. So we kept the ball on that penalty that Jalen Carter when he slapped the heck out of that dude. All right. Yeah. And Dion is backing that up. Okay, 10 straight wins. You're right. Go Bird, Bravo. Bravo called it in the pregame when he said, I don't know, did we get 450 total offensive yards? You did call that, but he also called the 250 passing yards by Jalen Hurts, and he surpassed that. He got us 290 something and 2 TDs. Uh, a wonderful game. I forget what his passer rating was for the game, but I know it was well over 100. Defense, rules, and offensive dominance. Yes, Robert Ahmad says Jalen Hurts is our quarterback. I've been so critical of Hurts, and he proved me right. He can play to the level I know he can, and he's proven it every time. And I'm sure that he is. I think that what we're seeing with the performance at times, because they're like, you know, some of the complaints about him prior to the day, but this week was, he's missing open receivers. He's not missing them with this throws. He's just not throwing it to them, right? And I really think that Jalen is about accomplishing goals, and he's a team player. He's a team player about the business of winning football games. I truly believe when they had that talk with him early in the season about we need to take better care of the ball, he took that to heart. He took that to heart. And you know that he did because his turnovers went down drastically. From the point of the 2-2 record to now, three turnovers. Three turnovers in 10 games. And he was turning the ball over a lot more than that at the end of last year and at the beginning of this year. So after that talk, after that bye-week talk, he's really changed and he's focused on taking good care of the ball. Now, there's good that comes with that. Of course, we don't turn the ball over and give the other team more opportunities to score, but also what comes with that is he doesn't take as many risks as he used to. Because that's what comes with being a gunslinger. That's what comes with trying to fit the ball into tight spaces. That's what comes with that. He was doing that. He was having success, but he was turning over. The more you put the ball in those type of situations, the more risk you're taking of the turnovers. And Nichelle just said it eloquently before she got off. Brett Favre, one of the greatest in the history of the sport, threw a lot of interceptions because he took those risks. So you either want that type of production and the turnovers that come with them, or you want somebody to take better care of the ball. Well, if you take better care of the ball, you don't take as many risky chances with the ball. And that's what we were seeing from Jalen Hurts. Now, today, very efficient game, got the ball to the playmakers, and maybe that is why he's holding the ball. Because he's not throwing, he's not going to put it in harm's way. And I'm okay with it. So we gotta weigh what we want to see. What do we want to see? We want to see good ball. Taking care of the ball and game management, or do you want to see a more explosive passing attack where he's taking more chances and putting the ball in harm's way? All right, Robert says, just remember Howie Roseman trade up and get Zach Wilson. Howie trade and get Deshaun Watson. He also traded to trade and Russell Wilson. All that to say, Jalen Hurts is here for a reason, to win us a Super Bowl. Yes. Yes. All right. I didn't understand that too much, but it's probably the way I read it. Eddie says the talk now is it was one time. Can he do it consistently? It's ridiculous. Today showed that this team is not one-dimensional, like everyone thought. With Lions loss, Eagles are in a good position for number one seed. Birds will also need one more Vikings loss. Yes. Yeah, they would. They would. But yeah, we're still in the running though, and that's what makes this exciting. That we still are in the running for the number one seed, and I, for one, would like to secure that. Do I have fear of going into Detroit and having to win in the dome? I really don't. But if I didn't have to, I wouldn't. I don't want to. You know what I mean? If I could not have to go there, then I would rather that That number 1 seed gives you an easier path to the big dance, the big game, rather. It gives you an easier path. Just 2 games at home at that. And then you're in the Super Bowl. I would much rather prefer that. A week off, too, for the team to kind of get some rest and heal up a little bit while everybody else is beating each other's brains out. Yeah, I would love that. But am I scared of having to go to the Dome to play the Detroit Lions? Not the way this team is playing. Not the way this team is playing. And we've won 10 in a row, and it matters not where the game is held. How about that? It matters not where the game is held. We've won 10 in a row, and that's been at home. That's been on the road. We have the type of defense that travels well. You know that. And we have the type of offense that travels well. I don't care if it's bad weather. We have a running game. And as you saw today, when that's not working, we also have a passing game. So what's however you want it. However we need to give it to them to get the W. We've been doing that. So oh man, great game again. Somebody's in there talking about some F the Eagles. Is that a Steelers fan? I don't know. James says, can we talk about the 21 plays to end the game? We're closing teams out in the fourth quarter. We just did, James, but yeah, we can revisit that. The 10.5-minute clock runoff. How about that? How about that? That has to be more impressive. That was impressive. That was impressive. 10.5 minutes to milk the clock. Wow. Think about that. Think about that. It was still a lot of game left. There was still a lot of game left. Could you imagine Tomlin did not think that he would not get the ball back after deciding not to go for it on fourth down. He did not expect that. What coach would think, all right, we got 10 minutes. You know, we punt it back to them, we stop them, we get the ball back, and maybe we can get a score then, and then we'll figure out what happens after that. But no, he punts it, and they never touch the ball again. That was impressive. All right, Dion, the alcoholic out here, wants to drink. All right, damn it, I don't drink anymore. Can we toast to our Eagles' huge win? Yes, we can. We can, Dion. All right, everybody. All right, so here we go. You are watching Eagles Talk, the most unique Eagles coverage show around us by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. And here on Eagles Talk, we like to talk about our favorite football team, the 12-2 Philadelphia Eagles. And we do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. So, Mr. I don't drink anymore, which is me. I am doing what am I doing? I'm doing the apple juice. I'm doing the apple juice. And you guys, let me know what you're doing out there. But let's take a celebratory shot, toast for our Philadelphia Eagles. Let me get this soundboard ready. So this is to our Eagles and to the Buffalo Bills for helping us out today with the win over the Lions. Let's raise those glasses. All right, so down the hatch. 3, 2, 1. Let's sing the damn song. One, two, three. All right, I bounced the troll out of the room. All right, so Eagles won't go to the all right, yeah, he's out. I bounced him out. Eggnog. So Rachel's doing eggnog. All right, fly Eagles fly. Yeah, Stella Artois. That was my beer. I used to love Stella Artois. Sing the damn song. Yes, we did sing the song. Yeah, I let him have a little fun, but he was getting a little obnoxious in our room. So that was too much. He had to go. 50-40. I am okay with that win, baby. Yes, I am okay. What happened with the Baltimore? I mean Buffalo. What was that score? Somebody put it in the chat room. I lost track. So Buffalo defeated Detroit, and I think that was in Detroit too. Yeah, it was in Detroit. Um, yeah, that was a great game, man. Josh may be well on his way to the MVP after the performance by Saquon today. He didn't break 100 yards. We still got the win, and it's still not over. We play some softies the last two games, and I mean, the Commanders' run defense is not that stellar, so he still has 3 games to win that record, or at the very least, I like to see him get to 2,000. There's not many running backs that eclipse 2,000 yards, so I would love to see him do that. He's still in the running for breaking Eric Dickerson's record. He need to average like 120 yards a game, and today he was short of that. But who knows? I mean, he had a game of 250 this year, and he does have to face the Giants. And that game right there, had he not been such a professional and humble player, he might have had a lot more yards in that game. But if you recall, Coach Sirianni went to him on the sideline and said, he was in the running for his career high, and asked him, did he want to go for it? And he said, no, I'll let the young guys get some work. And so he relinquished and he allowed the young guys to finish off the game. But imagine had he not done that, he would have more yards than he has now. So there's still an opportunity for him to eclipse Eric Dickerson. We'll see how that plays out. But he is a team guy, and he wants the world champion, the Super Bowl title, a lot more than he wants that that crown or that title as the leading rusher uh, leader for a season. So that's great, man. So I'm not going to keep you guys, man. Great win, everyone. Go. We're going to have. Oh, so it was 48-42. Wow, that was a shootout. See, we're not getting into those type of games. Y'all can kill that noise. We don't have to worry about that. All right. So 48-42. Yeah. I don't think we have to worry about scores that high, the way we're playing. And that says a lot for Detroit, because they're still going to be who knows? They may not be. We may be ranked number one after today's performance and their loss. But I was saying that, these guys have been considered the best team in the NFL according to power rankings all year with how they've been winning. But again, they've been allowing a lot of points in some of those games, and we don't do that. So I don't know how they judge this, but I would say that, and it's been a journey to get to where we are. If we wound up as the number one ranked team, it's been a journey. I think that this team has been playing good for a long time, but even during that win streak, they weren't giving us the credit that I think we deserved, because they were saying that the quality of opponent that we were facing was not as not as respected as what Detroit was playing. But even when we played those better teams, we nothing changed. We still dominated, and we still held them to low point totals. The number one offense at the time was Baltimore. We held them to under 20 points, 19 to be exact, and that was a late touchdown that they got 19. We just handled the Pittsburgh Steelers. We handled the Commanders when they were hot. We have to face them again, but we've been doing an impressive job. So it's been a journey to get to to the point where they're respecting us as we should be respected. And I think that, if they do say that we're the number one, I don't care if they say we're the number one ranked team or not. As a matter of fact, I probably would prefer that they not say that so we can continue to have a chip on our shoulder as we go forth and chase this Super Bowl title. All right, so I'm going to get out of here, man. You guys go enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy your week. We will be back on Thursday to talk about it after we watch the tape again. After I watch this game 5 more times and look and see how dominant this defense was and what a masterful game the offensive unit put in. Everyone involved: Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Kellen Moore, and Sirianni. They put in work this week to make sure this team was ready and that the passing attack was effective this year. So, hats off to our Philadelphia Eagles. I'm your man, Dark Knight. For my co-hosts in their absence, Nichelle and Pat. Pat, get better. We'll see you guys on Thursday. I'm out. Peace.